Good evening, everybody. This is probably this is second time around now. Damn, close to 2 year mark. Wow. This is Labor Day 2023. It's weird how it all goes, and even though I'm just getting over poison ivy, I'm still injured and everything else. The glass is half full. And Teach, how we doing, bro? Beside the red eyes.
Yeah, I just got out of the shower from trying to cool down because it's a hot, muggy day here in Michigan.
Probably muggier than over here for some odd reason. I don't get how. But lately it's been cooler here than over in Michigan, which is odd. We usually don't say that.
Yeah, Michigan is very bipolar weather.
Well, New England, think about it. Which is kind of funny because I was seeing a stream with Blaze, and that was kind of funny because the topics of like food and stuff was coming up. One of them being clam chowder. It was a pisser. Like even though like Glitch, like their creators and such, even though it's kind of more homely, you gotta love the smaller streamers, man.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
that
I
goes
mean,
for
it's
anybody.
just yeah. And Glitch has a good amount of them, and so other companies like it's pretty sweet. I love it. But anyways, people, right after we got out of this, and we've been hitting the dirt hard. There's been new collabs, there's been new business, there's been old business. I'd say probably the biggest news ever has definitely been MoistCritikal. So essentially, we do have a video, and we're gonna go over this. But Teach, did you watch it by any chance?
Very vaguely.
So I watched the whole thing, and I watched it a few times. Shock has been asked to respond to it.
He made a
So,
video today. He put it out today.
yes, I watched that just before getting it out. And again, it was just basically people asking him his thoughts, and he goes, damn, it sucks. I like the flavor. Hopefully it's reskinned. And it was a privilege to be on the same company as him. I love the ads, love the can, yada, yada, yada. I mean, just Shock saying Shock things. I don't think people were going to expect him to be heartbroken or to have some strong negative opinion because that's just not Shock. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know. We've had Shock on the show. He's a caffeinated alumni, and I just think that people are trying to get a rise out of him. But I guess we're gonna play it, and we're gonna hit pause to certain reactions to it. So, guess we start from the beginning.
Good heavens, Charles is looking taller than usual today. Thank you for noticing. I don't want to jinx it, but I do think I'm finally coming up on my growth spurt I was promised over a decade ago. But there's a couple things I want to talk about today. Some astute observers amongst you may have noticed I've done a little redecorating to my exquisite dojo here. And I'd like to go into detail to explain everything, but before doing that, I've got to ask you a question. What separates a weak man from a strong man? What's the difference? Is it the size of his muscles, the strength of his jawline, the brightness of his big toothy smile? How many grocery bags he can carry in one trip? No, friends.
Yes.
Those are all far too superficial. The strength of a man is determined by the quality of his energy drink, and I promise there is no energy formula better than Gamersupps. It is the top tier, optimal energy drink, which is why I now have this Gamersupps claw machine behind me now, because I am a strong man. Yeah, right now you can use code MOIST at gamersupps.gg to get a discount on products, or click the link in the description of this video and you can get free samples. No shipping charge, nothing, no credit card, just completely free samples to give it a try. But I'll stop getting ahead of myself. The claw machine does look amazing. I do have big plans for that puppy, but let's address the elephant in my ass first. I was with G Fuel for a long time, many years, since the Stone Ages, since before we discovered fire. I was out there preaching about G Fuel, even had my own custom flavor with them, so why did I switch? Well, I initially started with them because so many friends were with them and recommended them highly, saying that they were a great company, great people with a great product. Until then, I hadn't even tried their flavors, but when I did, I liked it. We got to talking. I enjoyed everyone I communicated with at that company, and it seemed like they had a good direction they wanted to go. So I happily hopped on board, and for a little while, it was sunshine and rainbows. But then About a year and a half into our partnership, things went tits up. The Fire Nation swooped in and everything changed. And by Fire Nation, I mean NFT craze. I actually think this was the turning point for the company internally when
Pause.
they tried to do G Fuel NFTs.
So I think this is where we can say, right, because we're all thinking what was going to be the downfall of G Fuel. So my downfall to me was the partnership manager firing.
Yep.
But the NFTs was the icing on the cake. And that was the day that all that became a cesspool on Twitter was my birthday. But this was, I want to say, was this February 2022?
What?
The NFT debacle?
I don't remember when that exactly happened.
I think it was I was February. I forget the year. I want to say it was 2022, but I could be very wrong on there. But I think we're agreeing that finally the past of G Fuel is starting to kick their ass. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else these guys say. I guess we resume.
Despite so many of us voicing concerns, it wasn't really taken seriously. And then I can remember distinctly
Bullshit,
after that,
okay.
everyone we had talked to at G Fuel and had been talking to for like a year and a half, they had all either been fired or left. And then over the last year or so that we were with G Fuel, everyone that came in to replace those people had also either been fired or left. So communication.
So a couple things there. One, the one thing I can distinctly remember about the NFT thing is it was because of the outrage and because of the outcry of the community and even creators that they didn't go through with it, which is a very good thing for community people to go through with that. Two, I don't think the NFT thing was the downfall. I still think it was the part, like the managers and him even bringing it up. And I think the fact that he's willing to bring up that people replaced the original managers, the partner managers, which started the whole slow downhill trend, and then the ones who replaced them and or left, that should say everything.
So
that should show you the internal problem of the company.
yes, so this is an internal problem. So I agree. So what I just remember is when they announced NFTs, there's an NFTs G Fuel Twitter page. And within 2 days of it being created, it could have been like the day after that I looked. Now, again, we all have lives, everything else. And when the NFTs was announced, this was in the middle of one of our episodes. And I actually remember at the time, I'm like, hey, Teach, this is huge. Are you doing anything? No, I'm not at the moment. And I'm like, do you want to do an emergency episode? And you're like, let's just play this out because knowing this, there's going to be new news. And sure enough, the day after, they shut it down, which, again, I agree. This was not the true downfall. This was a concern. But when you go by the partner managers being fired and then the people after got fired. So I'm not sure what it goes to as far as partner managers or team managers per se. Now, I know there's some people that are more drill sergeant like than others. There's some that are more, I guess you can say, maybe it's budgeting. Maybe that's a thing. I'm not sure what it comes down to, like products, stuff like that. But I can imagine if you're a partner manager or, a partnership manager, this and that, there's only so much promo funds you can do. You know what I mean? Because I know that everyone wants free stuff, but not everybody can get it, even though they're with the program. But the fact that something internally happened where there was another recycle of them and the communication is off, once again, G Fuel's history coming back to bite them in the ass. We good to resume?
Communication became non-existent. We couldn't talk to anyone with a pulse at that company. Just overall, it was a mess. So at the beginning of 2023, we decided not to renew our contract. Still very proud of the work we did with G Fuel and the flavor we made, but the company itself isn't one that we had a lot of faith in anymore. So after saddling up, hopping on a horse.
So if you remember, if they didn't renew their contract at the beginning of the year, so I'm assuming this is January, February-ish 2023, they had a full restock of his flavor, I want to say about a month ago. Is it wise to remake somebody's flavor and launch it when he's not under contract?
It may not even be a remaking. It could just be leftover product. I mean, you know how they are. They're at the point where they're selling old stuff on eBay.
I got that part, but so after he was announced that after the big Gamersupps release, like he's with that, the eBay updated with a couple MoistCritikal collector's boxes. That's all fine and dandy, but a big restock announcement on the website, and there's still plenty of stock left from what has been told. I question that. So is he even gonna get compensated? I don't know. There's no contract in place. He was technically a known free agent, I guess you can say at the time. Was this like a recruiting thing? I can't say as a business move that's a good idea.
I mean, who knows anymore with G Fuel?
That is very true. I guess resume.
And going our separate ways from G Fuel, I wanted to see if there were better products out there because I really did enjoy having an energy drink before a workout, before basketball. I'd usually use them pretty much anytime I was about to do anything outside of my house. So in the pursuit of perfection, we started trying a bunch of wacky things. We initially started with like the standard stuff like Red Bull, which I'd never liked. Even when I used to drink it in mixed drinks, it was like the worst part of it. I'd rather just drink straight shots than mix it with Red Bull. There's just something about the taste I've never liked. Monster, for some reason, always makes me feel sick. Like it actually gives me a big tummy ache. Bang Energy just tastes like Jack Owok's sweat. Really, just all of the front shelf of Wal-Mart energy drinks, I just wasn't liking at all. So I reached back out to a bunch of friends that I know do
Pause
work
for a
with
moment.
other energy drinks, and I tried a bunch of them.
So my thought is G Fuel is a much smaller company than any of those things you're going to see in Walmart. Also, the pause of this is freaking great. It's hilarious. But when he talked about communication with creators, right? I'm not sure if he's going to get the kind of communication he got from Red Bull, Monster, Bang, or even if Bang wasn't in a complete transformation limbo phase. I mean, does that kind of go against the grain he was referring to, or not really?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when you want to talk about communication with partners, right? We have G Fuel that's not in the same breath as Red Bull, Monster, and he's going, we tried everything on the Walmart shelf. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, the one thing you said negative about G Fuel, well, not the only thing, but you said communication with partner managers. When you're part of, let's say, Red Bull, which is the biggest energy drink company in the world, I'm not sure if the partner managers are going to treat you the same. I don't.
I think the part that you're really missing out on is that he's just using those two as scapegoats. I don't think he's being literal in the sense about communication. It's more just, hey, I'm switching to a new company. Why didn't I go to Monster Red Bull? Well, because here are these silly little things that makes it so I had issues and didn't go with them, and you may too. So use code Moist at Gamersupps. That's what it really is.
Okay, we could go with that. I can understand that. Thank you for clarifying up because I'm trying to see both sides of the coin.
I do genuinely believe it could even be a like communication thing, but like let's be real here, he's more doing it for the promotional aspect rather than like anything else. I don't think he's talking about the communication thing. I do believe him and think he's being honest when it's like, hey, G Fuel's going downhill. Their own partner managers are being let go left and right, even if they don't get let go. They're just straight up leaving because they probably can't handle the toxicity of the internal company.
Just on the other side of the token is like when Big Sin was a free agent, if you remember, because he's with Advanced GG because he kind of takes the part as like, hey, we're going with Limitless as a whole. And all of us got together and we decided who to partner up with. And he told us about some of the companies that gave them free products and decided who they went up with. So I'm pretty sure that it's still Advanced GG. I will double check that. Yes.
Yeah.
I will double check to make sure that's still the case, especially since they were recently in Germany in a Rocket League tournament. But you know, he mentioned some of the companies that were good, some of them that were they're like, we're not sure. And one of them was Rockstar, which, if you go by the size of the company, that was a big opportunity there. But I mean, to each their own. So my thought was, is he just using like the big three companies, or was it actually a legit thought process? But the world may never know. I guess resume if you got
Most of my
nothing.
friends went from G Fuel to Gamersupps, but I had
Hmm,
actually tried Gamersupps like 4 years ago or something like that, and I just didn't really like their flavors that much. But after talking to my friends, they told me that they actually refined their formula and changed all of their flavors and how they
they did.
make their flavors. So I decided to give them another chance, and I am super thankful I did because the Gamersupps flavors are by far the best I've had in the space, period, and it's not even really close. And I'd also heard from my friends that they're amazing to work with, just super nice and like really great people, which is very refreshing to hear coming from G Fuel. So we started talking with Gamersupps and it just felt like a perfect fit. One thing leads to another. The marriage is wonderful, ceremony is fantastic, and I don't have like a custom flavor or a custom shaker cup at the moment. Down the line, maybe, hopefully. But right now, they did make me a custom Gamersupps claw machine that's fully functional. So I want to show you that, and I also do have a really cool plan for that. I got my
Pause,
room looking like a
just so we don't get the copyright for the music that's playing from the machine. That machine looks absolutely incredible, and he said there's gonna be a certain time because from what is going on, he said that they're going to eventually, for you know how there's YouTube, like there's subscriptions, but then there's joined, like the paid membership.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it's like subscribe subs for Twitch, Kick, all that. So essentially, he's thinking that there's going to be some time where those YouTube members are going to be able to sometime have a crack at the machine, and they could actually win a prize, which I think is actually pretty cool. I mean, the design, the fact that it's playing like music from it, I mean, that right there is a piece of art that is phenomenal. I think we're good there. So I guess from here, Teach. Wow.
Wait, is there anything more to the video?
Just him more talking about just him talking about the machine, YouTube subscriptions, all that. That's all we really need. That's, I guess you could say, significant. So we're kind of all set with that. Kind of pretty cool though, and I will say, as far as the Gamersupps as samples, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first got like the first batch of samples, I wasn't impressed. I do think that the blue sups, the new formula is better than the old. The mango, the new is better than the old. The Misfits melon to me tastes the same, and that's a good thing because when I think of a melon energy drink, that's what I think of. Like I do think of the melon cream pop, but the cream in there just kind of adds it where it's in almost like it's in its own category. You know what I mean? Like when I talk about Mega Man, I don't think about it in the blue raspberry category. For me, it's on the side. It has to be. Ah, man. I will say though, can we just say that G Fuel's not the top dog anymore, like some people think?
I mean, I'm not surprised by even the slightest of Moist leaving them. I think honestly there are a lot of people that are on two spectrums, and I can't necessarily blame them for either or. I think you're honestly with the company either chase the bag because you have a code that easily gets used a lot, which I can't necessarily blame you for because content creators and everybody has to make a living somehow. And I personally know people that have made a living off of like look at Shock. All he does is YouTube and like G Fuel. He's got to make a living. But we both know Shock's a great guy. It doesn't surprise me by the slightest though that Moist left because of like the internal toxicity of the company. And I think it should shout numbers to people that when the original partner firing happened, people were replaced by new ones. And the new ones either left themselves or were fired. That should say everything.
Exactly. Because that means within a year, these important positions were replaced twice. And not only that, but just about, I want to say this was 2 episodes ago, where what's his name? Cliff. He was actually asking for 4 people for a partner manager position, and he goes, "Sorry, this is not a mobile job local to Long Island." Now, my thought is, for the people that had the office jobs with G Fuel being replaced, and I understand if you want to go with an in-person job, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I get that people have lives, and a good perk about the at-home office job is because people have kids, they have people they look after, we have commitments, and me personally, I haven't had a job myself that I could operate at my home, unlike some other people in tech work and other office workers. But the fact that 4 people are going to try to go to the G Fuel headquarters in Long Island and apparently just magically fix this, it's a stretch. It's a really big stretch, if you ask me. It just sucks, man.
For who?
The customer, the consumer.
Why? You know, like G Fuel could easily rebrand his flavor. They wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh no, that I think they're gonna rebrand it. I think they're going to. I'm just saying, like, it just sucks when you like buy this and then you just kind of think it's just like just like the gimmicky crap nowadays. Like, it sucks buying something with tainted history.
I think the only actual loser here is G Fuel. They lost a giant creator, and it's their own fault too.
They kicked their own ass, absolutely.
And I remember a year ago when you and I were going on about this, especially me, and it's like, how long will people stay blinded to their bullshit?
Absolutely, man. Like, we're just gonna be like, hey, you know, like, we even still get people on our Twitter that goes like, you know, we'll have a can just being like, hey, new rice can, this is pretty good. Why would I ever drink that over my G Fuel? We still get those people.
Oh yeah, we always will. You always will.
Oh, absolutely, we always will. But at the same time, I think to answer that question, I think there's still going to be a lot of people that are going to be blinded to it.
There will be, and there always will be. And there was a big reason, especially with the partner, and everything is just a meltdown. Big reason why I stopped drinking them a long time ago.
How long has it been, really?
Guaranteed over a year.
Yeah. Also, one thing I will say as far as samples go, I love the glitch samples, man. Just simply because, remember how we talk about how we have samples? So I think every time you order a waifu shaker, or if you get samples from Gamersupps, you're bound to get a blue raspberry, a Misfits melon, meta mango, I think it is, or mango meta.
Meta mango, I think it is. Something, whatever.
A titty milk, maybe a pineapple, or maybe that was OG, whatever. But I'm just saying, when you have the glitch samples now where you can pick your own and the tub flavors there, it's great. Because G Fuel, when you pick your samples, it's the same flavors. And they have a ton of, like, they have starter kits that still have battle juice in them. And people are saying, where can I buy a battle juice tub? And everyone's going, good luck with that one, pal. Good luck, because you're not going to. Which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. Which, speaking of, I have to unload some tubs soon. I say that every week, but makes me think I got a tub of battle juice somewhere. One's for the Goated Hall of Fame because I got through a lot of tough times with that tub. The other, it's going to go to a home. Nice home. But what can I say? When you got bills to pay, when you got stuff going on, it is what it is. So, converting into this, so we wanted to talk about me personally, I wanted to talk about Canada. So the reason I say this is because we have a couple of Canadian friends, DC, who's been on the show. We have Holly, who's made a lot of our artwork. Do you have any idea how much it is? Like, let's say they wanted to order a tub tomorrow, how much it would be to ship it to them?
I don't.
Let's try and find out for the hell of it. I wonder if we could get like let me see if I could get like a zip code or something. Okay, so I wonder if I could go to the Glitch website and just get like just like a Canadian zip code and just to see what the shipping would be.
You may still have to put in a full address for it to count.
I'll just find like a corporate building or something. I mean, this is just going to be for the hell of it. Glitch also, is the BOGO still going on?
The Labor Day one, yeah.
Ooh, okay. So you have to put in Labor BOGO in the checkout, people, but it is buy one, get one free for Glitch Tubs in the energy line.
There's a lot of
We
companies
actually
doing
had
BOGOs right now.
There's some better than others. There's some people going, hey, with any shaker, get a free starter kit. And there's some people doing, buy an energy tub, get a free shaker. For me, I always say the BOGO event is where it needs to go. But we did have a follower say, okay, I'm getting crack sauce, and what else should I get? And how do you think I responded to him? Come on, Teach. If he's getting crack sauce for one, that's mine. What do you think he's getting?
Oh, cherry bomb.
I said cherry bomb or aim assist, coin flip it, because you just can't go wrong. And like I had some aim assist when I was in the basement helping demo of some flooring, and it just is what it is. Let's see. And the cart there, didn't know you could buy with Prime. That's good shit. Okay. Let me see just for the hell of it here. USPS first class, USPS priority. Doesn't even have an address in here. What the hell?
Mind you, some companies still won't even ship to Canada.
I'm not sure if Glitch will. I just want to check this out.
Oh, I know Glitch will. I just don't know how much it costs for shipping.
Yes. So I'm just going to look up I'm just going to try and look up a corporate building. Let's see. I just look up like, okay. I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking up like an address to like a sports team or something. Do I have to go to like a Canadian website or so?
Nope.
Because it's saying select state. Damn. Yeah, I'm royally fucking this up. Oh well. Well, I heard it's kind of expensive. Like I heard it's like the cost of what an actual tub would be. That sound about right?
No idea, but I'm sure it's way more than like regular shipping, but I don't think it's that much, but I could be wrong.
So to every Canadian out there, now again, we've had him on the show, but I have no idea how he did this, but this is a great thing. So UltiSupps right now. So as far as sales, they were doing one where they were going buy a tub, get a shaker, or I think it was like buy a shaker and get a tub, something like that. But they are now doing it where flat rate to shipping is now just $10. I have no idea how they're able to do it. I really don't. I'm pretty sure that they're eating quite a bit of money doing it.
Probably just eating the cost.
Yes. But and free shipping for orders over $50, no ifs, ands, or buts. Free shipping on domestic orders $50 above, international over $100, and Canadian shipping flat rate $10. W for Canadians. But my thought is this going to be the start for something else? Is there going to be another company going to be able to do this, or am I testing my luck?
Don't know, but definitely good on them if they're eating the cost to do such like $10 shipping to Canada. And hopefully it covers all of Canada, not just near parts. But good friend of the show, Faverwolves, if he is still with the company, that I do not know with, but if he is still with Ulti, we do have his code in the ticker that if you want to check out Ulti, you can use his code to save.
Absolutely. Which I kind of thought that was a good segment because there's some Canadians over there where I feel like it's kind of unfair because, I mean, unless they're an actual partner, they might get something. But, I mean, there's some people I know, like, I haven't spoken to him in a while, but his drink of choice was G Fuel. And he would order maybe once a year. Or he would buy secondhand from a Canadian buyer who would collect all the boxes. Does international free shipping work to Australia if you spend over $100? I mean, that's a good question. I wonder what covers quote unquote international, or if there's any clauses in that.
Because I have certain places.
I mean, how many times did G Fuel, when there's like a big collab, like I remember the Mortal Kombat collector's boxes, they're like, not available in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm like, oh my God, you might as well just say US only. God damn. I mean, come on. What are we doing? Which, granted, the politics that goes into that is absolutely unreal. But, yes. Oh, and did you see what Ghost is coming out with?
I did. I saw leaks of it very early on.
So we have a couple people have actually tried it soon, which, to anyone not knowing, let's see. It is sour strips. So if anyone has ever tried it, it's the same company. It comes in a bag. Now, for me, I've seen it. I want to say I was an FYE. It basically looks like bubble tape, but it's a sour strip candy. It was good, actually. I mean, once again, I could live without the dyes, but it does taste good.
This is honestly more of a W for sour strips than it is even Ghost, because sour strips is a smaller-ish company compared to your bigger conglomerates like Airheads, especially with their extreme belts.
Yes, indeed. Oh, here we go. So this for me, sour rainbow candy. That's basically the profile we're looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
So granted, so in case anyone's wondering, there's actually somebody that was, he asked about it and he goes, have you tried the Gorilla cans? And have you tried the new Ghost? So to anyone who's reached out to us, as far as like sending things to try, Teach and I are a package deal, people. It's just kind of just being fair to everybody. And even though Ghost cans do upset our stomachs and we can only take a couple of sips, we still want to do it for the people. We're still trying to get our hands on the sour pink lemonade, which, by the way, Luke, a fan of the show, actually said was pretty good. He came into it optimistically and he liked it.
I haven't seen that one.
This is just going to be coming out soon. I believe this is coming out on the 9th. I think it's coming out late this week. By the app, by the case, everything else. It's not going to be an exclusive thing, which I actually like. I hate the exclusive bull crap. Like, I mean, remember Red Bull? It's like, oh, only at this. Well, I actually went into a store chain. It's basically a generic brand version of Dollar General. And they actually had some Red Bull Fuji apples because they were probably left over because I haven't seen those in a long time. Also, just my thoughts here. Ghost Energy. You can make a can that's not sour. It doesn't have to be sour.
You do have a point. They do make a lot of sour flavors.
I mean, come on. Like, if we had to, like, make something, like, if we had to make a list of sleepers, I can tell you this. Now, granted, for some, like, it's so weird because if I'm sitting down, I can't drink that can. I get an upset stomach and I get bloated. But if I drink it while I'm working, I'm gradually sipping it. I'm going back and forth. I'm drilling holes, driving nails, all that. It works for me. I don't get it. But I just don't know. Literally, if I had to go buy sleepers, if I had to go to Ghost, their sleeper is the mango. Nobody talks about it. I don't know why. Is the orange cream good? Yes. Is the cherry limeade good? In my opinion, no. Is the sour green apple good? I think it's their best one so far. But come on, guys. Look at how many sour flavors you have there. Red berry, it's sour. The blue raspberry Sour Patch Kid, sour. Watermelon, it's sour. You're telling me you got 2 bubblegum flavors, mango, cherry limeade, and then the rest everything is sour. Come on. I just don't get it. Oh, Swedish Fish, but that's not even a topic of conversation. I don't even think it's good. Fuck's sakes, bud.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, bud.
Oh, also, even though it's not an energy yet, I say yet because I'm still waiting on my Meta Moon. Everyone was wondering, what the hell is Glowberry? So I decided to bite the bullet. You spend $4. I got my hands on the Prime Glowberry. So Teach, I understand hype, but Prime could release their version of Naruto Ramen or Sonic Chili Dogs. It's still going to fly off the friggin' shelf. How come they couldn't just name Glowberry Green Apple?
Is that all it is a green apple?
It's fucking green apple.
I mean, just naming it green apple is a little boring. They had to try to think of something outside the box, and they had to make the big advertising for it, like, ooh, we have a glow-in-the-dark bottle. Ooh, revolutionary.
Okay. Glow-in-the-dark green apple. Glowing green apple. Ah, my God, the pain. No, seriously, I didn't see if it was glow in the dark or not. I'm just like, okay, it's cold. It's in the fridge. Let me grab it.
I think it's just the bottle that's glow in the dark. I don't think the liquid is.
Oh, son of a bitch. I put mine in the recycle bin. I don't even know. Yeah, glowing green apple. Like, I will say, though, it's one of those things where I cannot recommend to everybody. Why? Especially you, Teach. Because are you a big green apple guy? No, right?
I mean, typically, like, it's never my first flavor to go to of many things, but there are certain green apples out there I do love.
Yeah, you see, Bri, that's what I'm saying. Apple isn't a berry, so I don't get that. But the thing that gets me wrong is you taste green apple, but the aftertaste, you get a lot of the coconut water. And since you're not a coconut guy, I think that'll throw you right off the rails.
Probably.
So again, I'm just in one of those thoughts where I'm like, what are we doing? I don't understand. I know it's a hype brand, but still. And I'm still waiting for my Meta Moon can. Like my coworker, he's primarily a Monster guy. Occasionally he'll drink a Red Bull if he needs to stay up on a Friday. He's one of those guys where caffeine afternoon, he'll be up all night. It's like those people you see in those sitcom shows. It's like, I ordered decaf. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. Sits in bed. You suck, dude. Come on. He's one of those. So when he goes, dude, really? Like, aren't these? And I'm like, dude, they had sale. They're going on for $1 a can. I wasn't sure if you'd like this or not, but I tried it. And he goes, The Pauls. Jesus. He cracks it open. He just kind of goes, son of a bitch, I don't hate it. They actually did something good. Now, me, the ice pop I've tried twice. I get like a bubblegum taste to it, which kind of throws me off, but it's not bad. But still, I think everyone's calling for the Metamoon can.
That probably would be their best idea, in my opinion.
We've been saying it for months. We're like, Logan Paul and KSI, can you please give us a Metamoon can? The controversy's over. You have Canadian goods coming. You're gonna have the international goods coming. And if somebody says, what's next? Spare me the bullshit. Give us a Metamoon can. To the moon. To the moon, for the moon. Freaking give it to me.
Other than mainly that, it has been a dry month, honestly.
It has been. Like, are we waiting for, like, I mean, outside of Ghost and Charlie, we've kind of been grasping at straws, really. I mean, some segments go into bigger things. I feel like it's going to be, like, hectic September, October, but we could be wrong. We could be very, very wrong. Or maybe there's just a bunch of news for, like, all the stuff we had. I can't explain it myself. Plenty of ideas on my end, but as far as, like, content, as far as, like, length goes, not really. Who knows? Maybe we're going to have to make, like, a caffeinated plus where we just have everybody hang out, have a brewski or two, and just kind of, like, dish the dirt and go off topic if needed. Who knows? Maybe one holiday we'll do that.
That's when we start the Patreon. You can watch the show after the show on there. To really support the show.
Yeah, it's just like camera off. Yeah. We have to be, I don't want to say not politically correct, but it's just like, we good for here? And instead of it being like caffeine's talk, politics, ingredients, it's just like, what are you doing? It's just like, me, I'm grabbing a brewski. I have a Stella. What do you got? I got me the champagne and beers. Okay, cheers to that. What's happening? You know, it's kind of like people talking at the campfire. But really virtually like it's COVID.
Riley and I did kind of know this episode would be a little bit shorter because we didn't know how long we would get into the whole Moist Gamersupps thing. That was our main big topic of the night. But if you missed out on last week's episode, to give everybody a refresher, you will not be seeing us next week for episode 90. It is technically possible you won't see us the following week after for episode 90. To give everybody a quick refresher, we will be taking a week off, if not two at the very max, to hit the drawing boards. We got to do some brainstorming. We want to see what all more we can do with the show, what all more we need to do ourselves together, content-wise, ideas-wise, because one thing that we have noticed is it's kind of weird because it wasn't that way for a long time, is that, like, there has been a lot of news recently. There has been a ton of new products, so it's been kind of drying up in the market right now. The market's become a little bit stale, just a bit. So we're hitting to the drawing boards. We're seeing what more we can do. After tonight's episode and or tomorrow, you'll be seeing our new graphics going up. So the YouTube and the Twitter will be looking a little bit different. All of our socials will be looking a little bit different. They'll look a little bit more eye-appealing, in my personal opinion. Not that our original logo didn't serve us any justice for the longest time. But no, just healthy, good changes are on the way for the show.
I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, everyone's changed logos here and there. I mean, even General Motors changed the logo here and there. And that's been going on for quite some time. So just remember, everybody, this isn't a vacation, to say the least, because we enjoy, I think, being here every Monday night. And it's nice to have a great co-host. I couldn't have asked for a better guy, in my opinion. Because, I mean, if we go by Teach, not only is he just handsome and talented, but He's mellow and he has some jokes here. Appreciate the comments. Enjoy the salad bar. Kiss my ass if you want an argument, my good man.
All right, he'll be here
He'll
all
be
week.
doing
Enjoy
it
the
for me.
salad bar.
Yeah, that is a quote I just can't duplicate. Like, of all the things that have like happened, right? Like, that's just, there's some things you just can't do. Like, you can't make some of this shit up. Like, I was like, you were in the chat when I was telling a couple of former alumni that somebody thought that I was being an asshole because they found my accent offensive. For freaking crying out loud.
That I don't understand. As if you can control an accent.
Oh, it's like, hey, buddy, you know, it's like we hate certain people, like we hate certain tones, but, you know, am I a jerk off for saying that I hate this person's Valley Girl voice or their surfer voice or anything else? We can't control that shit. Oh, I speak too fast. I apologize. I'll go a little bit slower. But to downright just say that it's offensive and all that, like,
breaking our balls.
That's been chronically breaking my balls in the back of my mind for hours now. But I kind of back on track. I'm sorry. So, guys, ladies, gentlemen, fellas, we are just going to be dishing the dirt and seeing what's best for not just us, but for everybody on the show, because we don't want dry material. If we want to keep jokes flowing better, we're not sure if it's because it's just been a slow couple of weeks as far as news stuff to go over. We're not sure if it's because there hasn't been enough products for us to try and the availability to get them. If we need to explore more brands, like, we just want to not start fresh, but kind of just recuperate. Like, you know how those big companies have those meetings of what we can do more, just like those times where they evaluate new products, new ideas, that sort. Well, it's been busy for the two of us. It's been, I guess you can say, not only just busy, but it's been fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
And there just needs to come to a time where everybody just needs to recharge their batteries and kind of go from there. So we are not disappearing. This is going to be a package deal. This isn't going to be a V2. It's going to be the same procedure. You're seeing Cafe Daddies. There's just an intuition. And one thing that actually kind of made me think about this too is there's someone I've been following as a content creator, and his favorite content creator is Sweet Tales. Now, everyone was worried because this content creator seemingly disappeared off the grid for a 5-month period. And the reason because of this is because she posted an update saying that the grind has beat her up. She is in bad health. Please, everybody, please sleep, nourish, drink your water. And in case anyone didn't see the Twitter today, I was working on somebody's car. I had 2 spark plugs in my hand. One was the old one that's full of oil, dirt, grud, and corrosion, and the other's the brand new one. Remember, everybody, we care about you. Excellent. Remember to drink your water. Remember to nourish. And trust me, I'm pretty sure that there's been some people in there, I'm not going to name names, but they've had 2 hours of sleep, had to do a double shift, and they're surviving off will, drive, and a double scoop. There's been people like that. Well, a double scoop just to start the day. Who the hell am I kidding?
Mm-hmm.
We're not burnt out by any means, but, you know, we just have to take the time to do what we got to do. And I feel like I could ramble on all day about this, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Teach, anything to add?
Simply, we know we do a lot, but we care about the podcast, we care about the community, and we just feel like we can do more. I mean,
and we want to know what we can do more and who to go to. And it's been very different. We've had some regular people in our audience. You know, their schedules change, and I understand that Monday night, particularly during the fall and winter, is preoccupied by other stuff. We have rough days at work. There's sports channels we compete with, the works. But here we are. But don't worry. We'll be back sooner than you think. And we will miss you. And for anybody...
We'll keep the Twitter updated.
Oh, of course. The Twitter isn't going away, anybody. And if you wanted to comment down here, another video, if you wanted to reach out to us on Twitter. So just to let you know, both Teach and myself do have access to the Twitter. So if you want to DM us privately, just go to our personal Twitters. You know where they are. They're in the description. But if you want to reach out to the both of us and just be like, hey, really, Teach, I want both your thoughts on this. And one of us might reply and wait for the other guy to reply. And we might just be like, hey, Teach, answer the Twitter. A guy's asking you something. We've done that before. Like, just remember, during this period, I think it's going to be a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't think
a week minimum.
Yes. But if there's any questions, concerns, just remember, Caffey Daddies are here. We can't stress that enough. But we are going to miss you. It's going to be like that. Hey, I miss you when I'm on vacation. Miss you.
Yep. You can think of it as a vacation, but it's really not because we're hitting the books.
It's a working vacation.
Yep. The boss won't stop calling you.
Oh, I've had plenty of that. Ugh. So with that, everybody, I think we've rambled on enough. But like I said, drink your water. Make sure you eat. Tell your people that you love them because you have no idea when they're going away. And trust me, I don't want to get into details, but I know what that's like. We all do. But most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, drink your water, but stay caffeinated. We love you, people. We will be back sooner before you know it.